Next on our agenda, is there any other public input? I'm going to make sure that that happens, so don't see anybody. Okay. Bring it back. 6.4, presentation of proclamation designating the week of April 10th through 16th, 2022 as National Public Safety Dispatchers Week, and Supervisor Sabatier will read this proclamation along with the sheriff.
Would you like to read it?
I get people in the back aren't coming up.
I need narrow for
Call them out.
It's balance.
Sorry, Sam.
So before I start, I just want to say a few words about our dispatchers. The dispatchers are the voice in our law enforcement's ear. They provide the details that they've received. They try to provide every bit of information to keep our officers safe. That is probably their number one duty, is to make sure that they provide that direct information. And also, in a sense, because of the harrowing experiences that our law enforcement go through constantly, they are also their first counseling appointment, in a sense. They're there to help them walk through that. And so I really appreciate the fact that we do this every single year. I know that we struggle in keeping our dispatchers, our vacancies low, in making sure that we have, so those that are there absolutely are truly appreciated because they help keep our officers safe. Proclamation designating the week of April 10th through 16th, 2022 as National Public Safety Dispatchers Week. Whereas, emergencies can occur at any time that require law enforcement, fire, or emergency medical services. And whereas, when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of law enforcement officers, firefighters, and emergency medical professionals is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our law enforcement officers and fire personnel is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the Lake County Central Dispatch Center. And whereas public safety dispatchers are the first and can be the most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services and are the vital link for our law enforcement officers and fire personnel by monitoring their activities, by radio providing them with information and ensuring their safety. And whereas the public safety dispatchers of the Lake County Sheriff's Office have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients, exhibiting compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job. Now therefore, be it proclaimed that the Lake County Board of Supervisors does hereby designate the week of April 10th through 16th, 2022 as National Public Safety Dispatchers Week in Lake County, and encourages all citizens to join in recognizing the commitment of public safety dispatchers in our communities to preserve the safety of us all, passed and adopted this 12th day of April 2022, and signed by our board chair.
Sure, yeah. I want to thank the board for recognizing our dispatchers. Oftentimes our dispatchers go unrecognized. As you can see, there's none of them here today. The ones that are working, and the ones that are sleeping, and we're pretty short-staffed. But I assure you that they appreciate this as much as I do. Our dispatchers work a very challenging and demanding job. Oftentimes, there's not many jobs that you can have where you might be the last person on earth that somebody talks to. There's not many jobs where you can go from being forced to stay awake at 3 o'clock in the morning with no phone calls and no activity coming in, to instantly going to a fire that requires evacuation of hundreds of homes on little or no notice. The work that they do is very demanding and very stressful, and they are our ears out on the street. They get information, they relay it to us, and as Supervisor Sabatier said, they keep us safe in law enforcement, not only for the Sheriff's Office, but for the Lakeport Police Department here as well. And thank you for recognizing their hard work.
Sam wants a phone.